Here I am. So, here I am with another catastrophic chess experience. We are going to listen to this wonderful music while you watch me in a pure chess war. If I play... That's it. Very good. Let's go. By the way, thanks for the questions yesterday, but I was really very tired. I couldn't be so systematic as I wished. Anywhere I meet, she don't have to be a living doll like Sophia, long as she is a woman with a rose to her hair. Brunette or yellow, be she firm or like jello, I will give her a kiss with a promise and a dare. I gotta find me a woman, any kind of a woman with a smile like an angel and a rose in her so is this like so this descending leading tone okay, so I think these jazz people, they like this. Also the Ray Conniff, I analyzed the Ray Conniff and I showed how he likes this thing, so in major. Okay, so this is another type of post-cadential intensification that I mean. Or just cadence, just an alternative cadence, but it works well after the cadence. This is the cool thing. And those things you do, you will wait forever until you, I think, until another YouTube speaks about this anyways. Let's go. So there was a guy, the Mr. Hamburger, something Burger. I was talking in the chat to him, and I concluded that it makes sense to play 3 minutes chess games, because this way I can concentrate in the game and comment the music.
because this was the goal. So I can't. It's very hard to play chess, win the chess, and tell something about the music that is relevant. Let's go. No, you can't believe I lost the game. So I lost the game. But it's not a big, yeah, it's not a big surprise. So I was listen here. I was reading here that the comment. She wears the dress like upside down. So Schoenberg, fuck you. Beethoven, Kapustin, Ligeti. Well, perhaps Ligeti would fit. But since she has always this very short thing, so it looks that this time this is okay, no? This is a very interesting psychological effect or law. So today we are not sponsored by Mr. Brownie. We are not sponsored by Mr. Brownie. Very, let's say, tasty, but it's also stupid because the package is very superfluous. So there is a package, and then many other packages. So it makes hard for me to eat. So this is the new world in which we are. So too much package, and they still care about the environment. Anyways, actually, because this is for children, this is why we have this small package. I think it's like the mother say, "Hey," but it is a very fun thing that I bought to celebrate what a stupid world we are living in, my friend. So the guy cares more for what the Frau Wang is wearing, or not wearing actually, than about my concern about the list. She playing Liszt, almost naked. The priority is her, not Liszt himself, or even not Liszt. I mean the music. And the worst part for me is the level of fault behind those things, because I am still sometimes I am kind of skeptical, or I am not a full Platonist or Aristotelic all the time, no. But the lack of thought behind this is what I find very annoying. So there is always a stupid comment to defend such things, a stupid fault behind this thing, or no fault at all. This is the problem. So we can still find, okay, but what the fuck is this, man? How can I help her? So this is super absolute brass, German brass music. So this is fantastic with the Alex Knott. He comes from the most basic, stupid, logic, obvious type of musical writing. See, from this to something absolutely free expressionist writing. Full Stravinsky, he goes here, full Stravinsky, so with the imitations, very Baroque imitation, so neo-Baroque, with some dissonant tones really disturbing the whole thing. Idiot. No. Ah, no. Oh, this was very close. So what is this, my friend? Listen to this. This is very bold. So what are horns? Is this horn? Tuba? Piccolo. Disconnected. So excellent. So nothing that he does is without a touch of the touch of genius. So he is nothing that he does is without his own personal idiosyncratic touch, let's say. So we are listening to the Devil's Brigade soundtrack. Let's keep listening. Bad. So first was I Want a Woman. Now this track is I Got a Woman. So it's very functional in logic, this soundtrack.
To see, she reads my mind like a book. I got a beauty, oh what a beauty. First line of beauty is to hold her tight. I make a stand with my arms at her command, all through the beautiful night. When she is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever we may be, she always makes me feel at ease. I got a woman, oh what a woman, the kind of woman I've been dreaming of. She's so impressed by the medal on my chest. I got a woman I love.
So people start to arrive the streaming. Herzlich willkommen. We are listening to unconventional music.
When she is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever we may be, she always makes me feel at ease. I got a woman, oh what a woman, the kind of woman I've been dreaming of. She's so impressed by the medal on my chest. I got a woman I love.
Do you see where the Indiana Jones comes from? From things like this. So take a look. I gonna comment. So just let me win the game first, because it will be the case where I start to lose the game when I speak. So I won the game. Now I can comment. So here, take a look. Ta ta ra ta. Okay. Okay. Very, very cool. So this is what we are listening to. So here is where so this ta 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 ra ta I got also in another soundtrack from Elma Bernstein, The Magnet 7th, if I remember. But here, clear as this example. Very similar, very similar. I guess they're almost the same notes now. So it's almost the same pitch. So I have to take a look on this again. And this was 1968. Was 1968. the the first Indiana Jones was 1981. Wait, this wasn't the same year of 18, no? 1 year before ET. Fascinating, no? When in 1 year the John Williams composed Indiana Jones, in the next year the ET. So amazing, fascinating output. And yes, what can I do for you? Now, better example of this I can't find. So similar.
She's so impressed by the medal on my chest. I got a woman I love.
Okay, this was very weird, no? This end here. So the violins, perhaps because the violins they play too loud instead of doing a fade out at the crescendo. It's like something off in the end. Like not totally closing. Ah, yes. This is the tragedy. So here we have it. This was orchestrated by the Henry Brandt. This means it is fascinating how it is like still signature Alex Knott, but and this Henry Brandt, it so this is not his style. So this is the fascinating thing. Very interesting, no? So it sounds like written direct by Alex Knott. So how is this possible? There is a very tight unity between music and orchestration. So between the orchestral aspect and the harmony. Very, very interesting this. I have to check the style of Henry Brandt. If I remember, it is still a little bit similar. Wait, I have a better idea because I have to pay attention with the copyright on YouTube. Otherwise, the stream can be stopped. Let's do like this, just a moment. Let's find music of the Henry Brandt and see if it is similar to this, because this will change my whole idea about the Alex Knott himself. Just a moment. Yes, he's speaking. I found composer. Well, let's try from YouTube. Let's try to symphony. If I remember, I listened to his symphony. See, I forget the things that I listen, man. So it was here open, but when did I do this? I don't know. So it was stopped real. to exactly here. So 10 minutes of the symphony, number 1. Yes, he's also very aging. Yes, he's also very edgy. I want a moment with more movement. Oh man, this is pure Alex North, my friend. Now we need to do a musical forensic here. We need a musical forensic. Man, this is a perfect Alex North. So if you play this movement here, it is Alex North. It is the same composer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I am like, it is the same composer, my friend. So this topic of composers being orchestrated is very intriguing for me. There are many aspects here to consider, but one of them is this. So, what is exactly the style of Alex North? Okay, what is his style? Because it's his orchestrator basically creates music that has the Alex North signature, so to say. So which is exactly the style of Alex North. So, and this is the interesting thing, is not so different than the Hans Zimmer situation. But one thing is that you can't orchestrate and you can't do nothing, and then you need a team. Another thing is that you can do everything, like Max Steiner. And you still hire an orchestrator because the pressure forces you to do so. It's another thing. So, but anyways, this question of composers being orchestrated by other composers, I find very intriguing, my friend. And now you have I think one of the most interesting evidence here, because the music of Alex North, at least as I held it for a very original type of music. Okay. So this is Alex North. You can't lie. I mean, it is the Alex North that Henry Brandt created. So, who is Alex North actually? This is my question. Brandt, he has a book on orchestration. This guy that you are listening, he has a book on orchestration, okay? You can buy, but also remember to give money to me on Super Thanks. I left the link. 52 euros. But still you have to know how to use the book. So if you are intelligent enough and very disciplined, try alone, otherwise you need a teacher. We can know nothing that is inside. If I remember, I have this book, but I don't have here to show now. If I remember, I took a look inside of this book, and I was like a little bit skeptic, because his type of orchestration is more based on, let's say, deep knowledge of the instrumentation. It's another thing. So it is a type of orchestration that you should focus on knowing very well on what each instrument can do, and then from there you go from your listening, from your ear, like Stravinsky did with the Rite of the Spring. Although with Stravinsky he used a little bit of the traditional background, way more than here. In the third movement, if I remember, the third movement, you can listen to a wall of sound a little bit like Ravel, Debussy. So it's a very interesting question, because the type of music that the Alex Knott does a lot of times is about the orchestral color, is about how you play with the orchestral thoughts. And then how can we go from there? If Henry Brandt orchestrated, this means the substance is made by Henry Brandt, not Alex Knott. It is the contrary. So Alex Knott is the excuse for Henry Brandt to shine. So it is the same like Danny Elfman and Shirley Walker in the with the Batman, the 1989 Okay, it's the same situation. I can give the Danny Elfman the awesome theme, and then from there you have only Shelley Walker, because the substance is in the orchestration, in the style of orchestration. I find this a very perhaps underrated topic, this forensic of orchestration and the sexuality of this pianist here, the Yura Wang. No, I am kidding. Between orchestration and between orchestration and the compositional substance. Between orchestration and this that is orchestrated. So this separation is a romantic thing, but in the expressionist context of this era here, the musical substance is the appearance as orchestral color and as orchestral timbre. So then you say original music composed by Alex North, but where is the Henry Brandt here who orchestrated? Do you understand the question? So you should understand that in this context of music, the musical idea is the timbre. Okay, so they are composers exploring sonic phenomena. This is how you should approach this. So Ligeti, Xenakis as well. So the structural idea of the music is not a melody. It's not a chord progression. The chords, they are used as excuse for orchestral color. So you see this with Ravel and Debussy already. By the way, a very interesting aspect how the Impressionism opened the door for the expressionist composers. So the Impressionist, very soft, dandy type of music of Debussy, it's exactly what opened the doors for the sharp, clueless, harsh expressionist music of Alex North and the Russian expressionists, etc. So Shostakovich. So the structural idea here is not a melody. Not a melody that is melody and then orchestrated. A true expressionist, in my opinion, and this is how I do when I do such things, he composed directly for the orchestra. This is how I see. He goes direct in the orchestral part. So this is a very underrated question. So who orchestrated, who composed? So in the case of Alex North and the music of Henry Brandt, I find like this is a woe for me, because they sound exactly the same, but in this case they are very idiosyncratic composers. Okay, it is not the situation of Max Steiner and Korngold, where they always go more or less for this Richard Strauss type of sound, and then you use the orchestrator to achieve the same result. It's not exactly this. Here is a case where the signature is given by Henry Brandt, or by both, but then we should consider them a duo. Okay, the duo Alex North and Henry Brandt. So much as Rush is a trio. Okay. It's just like this. So Oops. Hush trio. Or by both, but then we should consider them a duo. Okay, the duo Alex North and Henry Brand. Hush trio. Hush trio. So, sorry, I had an interruption. So it is like this band. They compose together. So I don't know why people don't consider this question so much. Anyways, I find it very interesting. Or by both, but then we oops. No. So this is the question of Alex Knott. So who is Alex Knott? Is Alex Knott the Henry Brandt or himself? Big question. Okay, let's hear again. Listen.
I want a woman, any kind of a woman, gotta find me a woman right away. Anywhere, so brother, you take the glory at the end of the story. What I want is a woman with a rose in her hair. No longer waiting long if she's underrated. I will give her a kiss that she never will forget.
So here we can say this is full Alex Knott, so not Henry Brandt, because it's like typical jazz arrangement, so nothing that he couldn't do, okay? But then it's hard to tell what is Henry Brandt, what is Alex Knott here, because the concept is very based on the orchestral color here, so the arrangement color. So what is Alex Knott? What is Henry Brandt? So this is like a duo. It is in one hand this melodic idea, so the composition of Alex Knott, so the structure. But then there is always something a little bit like cynical composed by the Henry Brandt. It's so as a decision of orchestration. So, but then the whole thing I give to Alex Knott more for, because it is this like jazz brass band. So yes, he can do this. So here the orchestration is very upfront. So then the Alex Knott writes this for piano, and then anyone will go to a similar result. Then this is a song. Although we should call it a track, but in this case a song because it could be sung. It's a song without words. But then here, this is Henry Brandt. Then this is pure Stravinsky, pure like Pucciniello imitation. So it is a sequence with imitations, okay, but with also dissonant tones added. So very, very Stravinsky thing. So here's Henry Brandt, because the main fault here is the orchestration. The main fault is the orchestration. So if you write this for piano, it's still not so interesting. fascinating, man. And if you are a typical hardcore conservatist, this moment here for them. So one way to see this is as Stravinsky, so you are just being naive and spontaneous, and you are not, let's say, refraining or giving constraints to your primary instincts and intuitions. One way to see this is like this, so you are just being spontaneous and naive. Another way to see this, if you want to politicize, is like being ironic and cynic in the sense of destructive against the Western tradition of the Baroque music. So you could also see this way. So you can also see old music that causes nostalgia in a political manner. But the problem that the people who think in this way, then they will find a problem, because Beethoven will be like this, Mozart and Bach, and even Monteverdi is a huge break. So then you will stop only with the Egyptians. Okay, so they had the same art for thousands and thousands of years. So it's fascinating, the monoblock that the Egyptian art was. It's a very interesting consideration, but this is why here I prefer to consider like in the Stravinsky argumentation. So it was a way of being naive, direct, to show your inner faults, your inner artistic faults, without putting too much constraints. So the wars, they caused that our constraints fall down, our limits, our superficial set of rules. Okay, this was the feeling at that time. Someone is commenting about Stravinsky. Okay. So now I'm tired. So what is also very ultra mega interesting man what is super interesting is also this. So Henry Brandt is not mentioned here, so I know, but who played? Okay, who played? So this is the orchestra that played. And why is Henry Brandt not credited? So this Hans Zimmer problem started in the already in the whole history of Hollywood, but with Hans Zimmer it got worse. So the difference that he then now you don't need to be able to do nothing. You just hire people to do for you, and then you get the credits. But it was already here somehow. So why is not the name of the orchestrator there, of the arranger, as arranger at least? This is a big important question that probably only my channel is asking, as always. So who had the idea for this guitar, for example? So two people arrived, asked if you comment. We are discussing who is Alex North. Who is Alex North actually? So don't forget to leave a like to promote this channel and absolutely destroy the wave of musical ignorance invading here the territory of superior Western tradition.
I got a woman, oh what a woman, a lot of woman anywhere you look. She smiles at me and I'm gratified to see. She reads my mind like a book.
You are listening to this.
I got a beauty, oh what a beauty. First line of duty is to hold her tight. I make a stand with my arms at her command, all through the beautiful night. When she is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever.
Man, this is so beautiful. No, so even a very like unserious type of soundtrack. It's far away from serious music, as Miklos Rosa wanted to speak. Even this is so beautiful, like a simple thing. It's still very beautiful. So the soldier wants a woman. What is the problem? So I don't know if he wants a Yuhavan. Actually, this is a big question. If the soldier wants this, I have my question. So let me know. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And the melody, at least we can say it's Alex North. But this idea of a man choir, for example, is this Henry Brandt or Alex North? So here the substance of the male voice is the core essence of the whole soundtrack. Okay, so this is the main song, the main core, the main hymn. I Want a Woman, as a soldier hymn. Fantastic, no? I love this as a soldier tune. So this is the core substance of the soundtrack, is the core insight. Make man sing this, okay? So if it's not man, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Oh my God. So it's the core substance. So is this Henry Brandt or Alex North? Is the orchestrator or the main composer?
I make a stand with my arms at her command, all through the beautiful night. When she is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever we may be, she always makes me feel at ease. I got a woman, oh what a woman, the kind of woman I
This is very beautiful. I am studying the subdominant. I have very interesting ideas about the subdominant. Listen again.
She is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever
Subdominant. Beautiful.
we may be, she always makes me feel at ease. I got a woman, oh what a woman, the kind of woman I've been dreaming of. She's so impressed by the medal on my chest. I got a woman I love. When she is close to me, that's when I aim to please. Wherever we may be, she always makes me feel at ease. I got a woman, oh what a woman, the kind of woman I've been dreaming of. She's so impressed by the medal on my chest. I got a woman I love.
So, and then he still ends with Indiana Jones take. See.
Got a woman I love.
Okay, so. Okay. By the way, if you are my student, you are commanded and forced and obligated to learn by memory such themes. And then because I'm always teaching and not practicing myself, I can do myself properly anymore. So, but very important, okay? So memory, that you play things by memory. Okay, so that you play things by memory, but I mean the themes that are important. This is something that I observed in my education. Many others I observed how important is this. I did a video about this. Of course, some people hated because they don't know nothing that what they are doing. But very important. If you have the habit to keep in your memory such themes. So do the Indiana Jones, go there and keep it so that at least you have the okay. One of the most underrated tips. So who is this guy? If who is Alex Knott? Because the core substance of the whole soundtrack is "I Got a Woman," male core. So this is an orchestrational decision. Okay, it's a decision about musical color, timbre, its arrangement. Very, very nice example for this problem that I want to set here. The composer versus the orchestrator. Okay. What can I do now? If you have questions, leave there some questions, or I mean some comments. Don't leave a hard question because I am going to sleep in some minutes. It is already 6 p.m. so I'm going to sleep soon because I wake up as a Greek or Egyptian god, Babylonian god or something like this. I'm very tired already. So if you want to ask hard questions, be patient. And if you want to really advise for yourself, it's very hard to help because my whole pedagogy is about this. It's about seeing where you are and what you need and not lose my time speaking no sense, like, I don't know, don't go to the university or go to the university, or don't learn piano or learn piano, things like this. Because there is no point. So there is no point. If you learn the piano until like for 8 years as you was very young, and then you became a composer who don't play piano anymore, for example, then it is a whole new situation. If it really makes sense to try to build a repertoire with piano, for example, it's a whole different question. Depends how you are doing financially. So each person is one. Principally, if you are already professional. So this whole thing of giving the advice as a general ultimate solution, I think it creates a lot of problems, right? Do you know? Because you watch the video and you always think that it is for yourself, no? Somehow that you are the audience for which the advice is being given. It's complicated. So I think we can finish here. So who is Alex Knott? Who is Henry Brandt? Okay, who is Henry Brandt? Who is Alex Knott? So I got really wowed by how similar Henry Brandt is to Alex Knott. Not the soundtrack. I will come again to this question. Not the soundtrack. I was listening to here. I give you, okay. This is another thing. But if you listen to the Spartacus, listen to Spartacus of Alex Knott and Cleopatra, and then listen to the symphony of Henry Brandt or whatever the guy here did, and then you start to think like, okay, who is the composer? Who is the orchestrator? Okay, so thanks for watching. If you don't have questions, I'm gonna finish leaving the soundtrack playing. So we are on track 6. So Indiana Jones. is Alex North? Who is Henry Brandt? Leave there a comment. So this is Joy to the World, so Christmas song. I played a lot this in the church. So I wrote a text synthesis of what I spoke here. You have also a text format. I left this in the chat. And I thank you for watching and see you next time. If you have questions, leave in the post that I posted in the community tab about this question. So who composed what, and how important is this to understand actually the whole thing that happened and that happens with film music. So see you later. Thanks for watching. Ciao ciao. If you want to learn with me, go to the Patreon, and then you have everything in the shop page. I am going to increase my price in the next year, okay? So see you later.